Hey guys, Tori is still woken here. So, um, I guess we're gonna have today's video is probably gonna be like a comparison video between Naruto and Asta and stuff, and maybe I'll probably mention or even throw in a little, a little something that I came off the top of my head because we just came back, some shit happened, right? 2020 is over. We in 2021. Everybody's happy for some weird reason. um, I don't know. It's just shit that's happening, and I don't understand why people is happy for some weird reason and stuff. I'm looking at everybody like a blank. I have this blank stare on my face, and everybody's like, "Oh, 2021, yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure, wow." Okay. But Naruto and Asta, right? The comparisons is like almost through the roof with these two men. Now I understand people as pissed at both sides, like, Naruto fans is pissed at Black Clover fans, and Black Clover fans is pissed at Naruto fans and stuff. It's just a whole bunch of crazy stuff right there. But the thing is between the two is just like Naruto and Sasuke and Asta and the one thing about the story I say is really different because it's like in the manga, didn't get any training. He said, "Well, Asta could do his own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing." And then when Zenon showed up and killed most, well, I'm not saying he killed most of everybody. When Zenon and his men showed up and they basically killed most of everybody that was there, was left with egg on his face. Asta had his training and he defeated Dante and stuff. It took a lot, but he defeated Dante, which didn't defeat anybody. Now in the current manga, he's fighting is basically rematch against Zenon, and it's going somewhat well for him, right? Now for Sasuke's case, it was the same way with Itachi, even though it was different, but it was the same way with Itachi. He got defeated, and then he came back, and then, but that was different, because Itachi was sick, and he technically let him win, so that was completely different. And when you look at Naruto's case, basically, Naruto was blessed with, like, incredible amounts of chakra reserves, right, and he had the nine-tailed fox within him. Asta had nothing. He was not blessed with mana, right? I believe his mother. Well, what was the thing they said about his mother, or it's potentially his mother? What was the shit? Now I'm starting to forget. Oh yeah, basically like she absorbs like life energy, so basically she can't be around anybody, or she will drain life energy from people. And I guess in some weird way, it probably would explain. Well, like, I can't really say it would explain, but there's still like some information that we're missing from her, so I can't really say anything about her, about Lucida. Can't say anything about her. But for Asta's case, it was just like, yeah, he has no mana, but he has like a demon and stuff. And another comparison or similarity is where Noct was training Asta, and he was just like, hey, you're gonna have to get this devil stuff packed down because I got like 4. Or was it 5? 4 or 5 he got, and he's just like, okay, now you gotta get yours back down. And the thing is with Asta, like, if he couldn't defeat his devil, basically he would I guess if the devil takes over him, he would become like this deformed demon creature, and then Noct would have to put him down, and then there's like a skull that would be put on the wall for a trophy and stuff. So it's just like, yeah, and you see like a bunch of skulls of a lot of people who failed to like beat their devils and get control over the ritual or whatever. They lost, and that's what happened to them. And in Naruto's case, it was just like if he couldn't master Sage Mode, he would become a frog. And you can kind of see that a little bit in Jiraiya's face, where Jiraiya never fully mastered Sage Mode. He's able to use it, but he never fully mastered it. So it, like, you see like some of his face is toad-like, so that there's like some similarities there and stuff. Now, I know Julius has like this prediction that Asta's supposed to die, like in the midst of everything, like he's supposed to die. Now, that might still happen because when you looked at the war, right, and Madara was just, this man was going, see, this man was like fucking hard cock man galore, basically taking his meat out and was spraying it on everybody, and everybody just had a retarded look on their face, looking like, hold up, this man is doing all types of stuff, and he was blind. No, he was undead, then he was blind, and then he got the power, right? But nobody could have predicted Naruto was gonna die. Nobody predicted, right? Well, I shouldn't say die. He was like near-death experience, I guess. Yeah. He was like near-death, but nobody could have called or seen that and stuff. You know, people was just like, oh, well, like, when you saw Naruto, everybody was just like, okay, Naruto was gonna eventually learn how to master the Nine-Tailed Fox, right? And then probably kill Sasuke. That was probably people's first conclusion. Some people was like, okay, yeah, he was gonna like rejuvenate Sasuke, bring him back. You know, that was always the plan, because a lot of people didn't really see Naruto going down that route, and I guess that's probably like maybe one of Masashi's, maybe one of his mistakes. Maybe if he would have went down a darker route and been like, okay, Naruto defeats Sasuke, but then I guess the whole point would be it would be the same cycle. Like, the cycle doesn't really end if, you know, okay, somebody has to end up dead, because that was the same way for Ender and Ashura, Madara and Hashirama, and it would be the same way if Naruto would have did it. Now for Black Clover, we don't know what's gonna really happen between the two, because it's like, okay, you have Yuno and Asta, and there's no bad blood yet. We only know that Yuno is the prince of the Spade Kingdom, and Asta we don't know nothing of. Like, we don't know what he... A lot of people speculate that he could be from the Diamond Kingdom, which could make sense, because there's been a lot of experimentations going on over there, and people was ending up dead. Now, if it's true... Now, let's talk about this for a second. If it was true that if Asta was from the Spade Kingdom... I mean, not Spade Kingdom, Diamond Kingdom, and they was performing experiments, you can kind of say the same thing about the Uzumaki clan, because for I think Karin, it wasn't that they was performing experiments, it was just that they was using her because, you know, she had like this special ability where, you know, if they bite her skin, you know, they able to heal from like wounds and injuries and stuff. So I guess it could kind of be that way if Asta was from the Diamond Kingdom, you know, because there was a lot of experiments going on over there, a lot of child deaths. You know, it was basically like Fist of the North Star going on over there, you know, with the Dark Fist and, you know, tournaments and shit. When kids was fighting, it was just like, hey man, I gotta knock your ass out. Oh, you gonna knock me the fuck out? Yeah man, I gotta knock you out. Like, come on, ref. Like, it was, you know, it was like a bunch of craziness that was going on over there. So the comparisons between the two is just, it's there, and I understand like a lot of people don't want to admit that, but the one thing that people is kind of like missing out on, and it's kind of sad, and I never even heard of nobody bringing this man up in any conversation, is Rock Lee. Because Rock Lee and Asta, I feel like they have a deeper connection than a lot of people don't really realize, because Rock Lee wasn't blessed with ninjutsu. He wasn't blessed with any of that stuff. He had to learn taijutsu in 8 gates. That was the only thing he had to get and stuff, because he was a ninja just running around doing ninja things. His ass would have died a long time ago. Like, you could picture him fighting, I don't know, Gaara in the first scene, and he getting beat. Like, what he using? He using basic stuff. Paper bombs and traps. Gaara's got a whole sand shit, defensive and all. And he's like, oh, you gonna do this to me? Yeah, man. And he's just like, okay, what else you got? Nothing, right? So it's like, it was only fair that Rock Lee had to learn some 8 gates and stuff, but it's just that when you look at Asta and Rock Lee, yeah, it was kind of the same. They didn't really have anything, but the only difference is that Rock Lee wasn't the main character. You know, I wouldn't say he was a filler character. Like, he kind of did do some things, but I say like in the beginning half of Naruto, it was just the Gaara stuff, the Kimimaru stuff, and then it was like those filler episodes, and If you want to call it that, sure, but he didn't really do anything. He didn't really do anything, and he wasn't the main character. So he gets pushed to the side, but I just want to put that out there that they do have like some similarities here and there and stuff. And going back to like Naruto and Asta, it's just that we don't know what's gonna happen with Yuno and Asta. Most likely they're gonna fight each other, but it's not the way everybody is bringing it out to be and stuff. Because I forgot one more person. Yuno and I guess Hitachi. No. Not Yuno and Itachi. Yuno and Sasuke. That's what I forgot. Yuno and Sasuke, their story also was kind of different too, because it's like Itachi murdered the entire clan. Like, that's, everybody knows this. He murdered the entire clan with the help with the help of Obito, right? With help. And for, I guess, like the Spade Kingdom, you had Zenon, and he led the charge, and I guess it was Zenon, Vonica, Dante, and then the rest of the scouts, and then the generals and the soldiers that basically took over the Spade Kingdom, killed everybody there or enslaved them, and just said that, well, you're gonna be used now. Like, we need to open up the devil's world, and we need this y'all assistance and some help here. And the people was fighting back like, no, stop, please, get away, no, stop, man. And Zenon, his face, he just like, Dante laughing in the background like a madman. Vonica's in the room playing with herself, just admiring the action and the carnage and stuff. So it's just, that whole situation was crazy. But is that Yuno has like a deeper like connection and root to this, because he's the prince of the Spade Kingdom, right? Zenon is most likely responsible for the death of his family, right? And the only person that's alive to tell any of this, well, to tell him about this, was Ralph. And Ralph was, I guess, a servant to the family. So it's different. It's really different, and I like this. Like, I don't want people to be like, nah, man, you fucked up for that. Nah, but when you look at it, it's completely different and stuff. So when Yuno and Asta, when they fight each other, it's gonna be completely different, and we're not gonna know what's gonna happen between the two, you know. And even this death, because when Julius was, you know, calling out that, oh yeah, Asta is supposed to die or whatever, we're gonna finally get to see, okay, like, he's gonna die, like, who is he gonna meet? Is it gonna be Lucifer? Is it gonna be somebody he's gonna meet or whatever? And the powers. Let's talk about the powers and the abilities between these two. Okay, so Naruto had the nine-tailed fox, right? But technically he only had half of it. Minato had the other half. Naruto only had like one half of it, right? And then eventually he learned Sage Mode, and then he had that near-death experience, and then he was blessed with Hagoromo's chakra, right? He was blessed with that, and then he had the other half of the Nine-Tails, which made him broken, right? And then when you look at Asta, he only has like the demon half, but you know he's gonna probably get something else. I don't like, maybe I wouldn't say, like, maybe he might get maybe Lucifer's power, like a negative force. Well, no, he already has that, but I don't know, like, he might get something, and I don't really see him getting maybe, like, if they talk about like angels or whatever, which I don't think he might get. I don't think it might be anything angel like. Maybe it could be something with the dwarf, maybe elf. Who knows what this man, like, what else he's gonna get? But that's gonna be a thing, and people's gonna probably like throw up another similarity and stuff on how he got the power, how he got this, how he got that. Because if the man only sticks with like his demon form, people would still like it, but then they'd be like, okay, what else is he gonna get? Like, cause you know, this devil form can only probably do so much until they're like, okay, what else he's gonna be using and stuff. Like, this man got, what is it? I think 4 swords. He only got 4 swords. I'm like, boy, what you gonna do with 4? I mean, well, he knows how to multitask between 4, but Jesus, or is it 5 now? I think 4 or 5 swords this man got. So I'm like, Jesus. Naruto didn't even have all that. Only thing he had was when he was fighting against Madara, and he was doing all these Rasen shurikens and colorful rainbow Rasen, and it was just like, oh my god, like, look what he's doing. And we thought that was crazy, which it was crazy. He was doing all that crazy stuff to Madara. But then when you look at Asta, he has all these swords, and you're like, Jesus. But it only makes sense because he has no other means and stuff. So if he has to use swords and absorb like mana and other types of magics with the other sword, I think the Demon Dweller sword, I believe, one of those swords, right? And then he has like Yami sword, so he's probably cut a little dimension, I don't know, maybe something crazy, but it makes sense for him to have this and stuff. It makes sense and stuff. Does it make him like overpowered? Yes and no. Yes and no, because obviously it's going to be something more devastating, and he's going to have to use it. Because think about it, Madara. Okay, in the Naruto series, the only way for you to counter like ninjutsu or anything, you had to have the Rinnegan, right? Rinnegan, like if you try to perform like a fireball jutsu, any type of jutsu, right? It absorbs like the chakra from it, so it's just like you can't really do anything because Madara was countering and absorbing anything. Like if you did something, oh, I counter this, oh, I absorb that. Pain was the same way. Anybody, like I said, with a Rinnegan can do that. So for Asta's case, where he's able to like take away like magic and seal some things up, what's gonna be the counteractive for like Asta's power, right? Who's gonna counter the demon that's been countering everyone else's magic, right? Counter for counter, right? Like, who's gonna do that? And so far, we don't have anybody yet that can counter the counter. So we don't have anybody yet for that and stuff. That's why I'm just saying this. It's like the comparisons between these two men is really through the roof. There shouldn't really be too much hate, despite people giving it flag for it. But it's gonna be a minute until we see what else Asta's gonna do, because right now in the Boruto series, everyone's completely pissed about what's going on, and let's hope Black Clover never gets to those levels and pissing people off. Like, you did so well, and then everyone's pissed off because of certain events and stuff. So yeah, but we're gonna see. But I don't know. Like I said, since 2021's here. I'm gonna try to see if I can find like most of my scripts and shit that I had. It's just that, man, like it's the whole year's been fucked up, and then this whole year is gonna be even more bad and stuff. But we're gonna get through it together because I'm back. We're gonna have some crazy shit going on for the channel. I'm gonna be pissing off a lot of people because that's what we're gonna start doing. Like when I have like strange visitors coming up to my channel, they're like, "Hey, what you saying here? Oh, nah, that's fucking terrible. That don't make no type of sense. Oh, he's getting a dislike and this," and I'm just gonna be sitting there smiling and teasing. I'm like, well, like the kids be saying, new year, new me, so I'm gonna be pissing off a lot of people. I'll be sitting there and have a big old cheesy smile on my face. What's that nigga's name? The Kool-Aid Man. There you go. I'll be smiling and teasing like the fucking Kool-Aid Man. But yeah, man. If you like what you heard you like. Please subscribe, share. Do all that wonderful stuff. And I'll catch you later.
Crazy berserker, I killed it, it's murder, go crazy berserker, I killed it, it's murder, go crazy berserker.